Hi everyone, my name is Angela Green and I want to update you on a nonprofit that I started in 2017. It's called Flaws-R-Fab, and it's been a while since I've updated you in this format of a vlog. Um, I created Flaws-R-Fab to respond to the bullying crisis because it has disturbed me that kids are hurting themselves because of all the suffering they're doing. They're tormented at schools or in their neighborhoods, and not getting a whole lot of support from their teachers or from adults, and are kind of, from what I can tell, are suffering in silence, and a lot of times are taking their own lives, even if it's, the statistics are saying it's 20%. That's too many. So I started a nonprofit, and it's still young, and we have a 3-member board at this point, but I am plugging away, and I want to update the board and create a status report that hopefully will serve also as a fundraising tool. So let's see, we shifted our plan. We first started, we wanted to have a workshop events once or twice a year where we would write a curriculum where we would teach kids basically emotional development skills, mostly around emotional intelligence, ways to understand their own emotions and navigate those, manage those, so as not to act out in ways that would bring harm to themselves and others. Stay calm, think things through, that sort of thing. It's not new. It's practiced a lot now in schools. There are curricula out there. It's very popular. Sometimes it's called EQ. It's also used in workplaces with adults. So this is not a new idea. What's new with Flaws-R-Fab is that, and this is also not new, is we want to do it in a community setting, want to take it out of the schools and focus it in the community where they are after school, and bring the family in on it. I am in school right now to become a social worker therapist, and the real dream behind Flaws-R-Fab is to open a community center where mental health services are available full-time, all the time, to youth and their families. And I am working on a curricula that is suited to the emotional growth of children from ages 8 to 18, that I'm always thinking of ways to nurture the growth of children from the very beginning of their life, and you continue growth until you die. So communication is healthy throughout. This is how I believe it should be, because the stakes are too high when you don't understand how to communicate properly. Misunderstandings and manipulations and things like that can go south so quickly, and the consequences are just too high. You have the school shootings and you have suicides and things like that. So it's just something that really has to be thought through so thoroughly. How can we stop this from happening? Exactly what and how and at what age do you have to teach to stop this from happening? And the deeper I dig into what is being taught now, the more questions come up for me. It's what is being taught to kids at age 8 is so complex. It concerns me because I think that teaching an 8-year-old what a feeling is and what that relates to what a behavior is, it's complex, and I'm trying so hard to figure out how to simplify that so they get it. You know, do you hire actors to show them? How do you bring it down to their level? How do you show it through what mommy and daddy are doing at home? How do you relate it to them not getting their way in their home, etc.? So this is what I'm working on now, and this is what Flaws-R-Fab is trying to do. And how do we bring it into the community setting full time so that the family always has access to it, the youth always have access to it. And what's exciting to me personally is I may be getting to work in a youth home while studying. So I'm immersing myself in this as well as setting up this nonprofit. So at first our focus was to have these special events once or twice a year with follow-up with the youth, with a component of social media follow-up. You have to have the follow-up. You can't just say, here are your skills, practice them as you wish. There has to be some sort of follow-up. Now I want it to be more prolonged, ongoing, all the time. Flaws-R-Fab does have a phone number where kids can call anytime, 24/7. But we're so young, it barely gets used at this point. We do have a social media page, Facebook page, and Twitter, and Instagram, and we have a few followers, but we're so young, we're still trying to get out there. So my motivation is just, it's visceral. I just don't want to see any more harm come to young people. It's just something that I for some reason just feel is unnecessary and can be averted. And maybe it is personal. You know, I've had my own struggles coming up as a young person. You know, feeling bullied, I guess, feeling different, and you know, still do as an adult. Have had experiences with workplace bullying, so it's not something that stops with adolescence. You're always dealing with interpersonal issues and communications issues, and that is my major, actually, is communications. So this is interpersonal issues, and that's another thing I struggle with. Do you teach 8-year-olds how to deal with their own feelings? But then I'm also struggling with, what do you do with an 8-year-old who is being bullied? What do you teach them about the battlefield? What do you teach them about when they're in the heat of the battle, when they are being bullied? You know, how do they get through it? Do you teach them about gaslighting? And do you teach them about how to survive when there's a group of kids taunting them? I was speaking with a therapist who has a technique of staring at something on the wall and tracing it with your eyes, you know. And then there's, of course, like I said, you know, teaching them about how people manipulate. Do you teach them about identifying that behavior? And so when you learn it, you understand it, and you don't react to it. You see that it's just a ploy, and you don't internalize it. You just say, oh, I know what that is, and you just ignore it. It's hard to do, but if you are taught that it's just a ploy, you react to it differently. So I'm struggling with all of these thoughts. What can an 8-year-old understand, etc.? So I'm excited by all these thoughts, because you know, I need to get with subject matter experts and you know, understand what will resonate with an 8-year-old's brain. And you know, I'm starting at 8-year-old, and then I'm moving up to 18-year-old. I have a set of emotional intelligence curriculum that I already bought, and I'm starting there. And I'm also working with a de-escalation expert and an EQ expert. So I have people that are, I'm so fortunate, that have agreed to work with us. So it's moving. We are moving along. We really are. And we've just expanded our scope. And we are also going to change our name soon from Flaws-R-Fab to You're Enough. I've already bought the name, so very exciting time for us here in June of 2019. I hope that I've piqued your interest. I have found people who have done what we want to do. They've bought buildings, abandoned buildings in the city. In our case, it would be Baltimore City or Baltimore County, and have turned them into community centers. I want them to be places that not only offer mental health services, but also offer music rooms, gyms, kitchens, you know, services to youth that have been taken away by schools. You know, where the kids can go and use their creativity. And another vision in my head is 8-year-olds getting out some of their aggression. And I'm jumping around, I understand, but in their homes, parents may be furnishing kids with rooms with art supplies and paper on the walls where they can just draw when they're frustrated. They just draw their anger so they can see it. And journaling is so powerful. In other words, getting your emotions out. I journal, and I have journaled in my life, even if just journaling, writing down your feelings, and I would just rip it up afterwards, you know. So art rooms for kids as young as 8, where they can draw pictures of someone that they're angry at, scratch the eyes out, and leave it there. Murals on the walls, tear it down, tear it up, whatever you want to do. These are thoughts that I'm having, and as I'm learning my therapy techniques, I would incorporate into my practice. I'm going to have a practice on the side in addition to my day job. So it's very exciting, all of this. I'm hoping that, I don't know how long this is all going to take, but it's a passion of mine, it's my life's work, and I hope that this piques your interest as well. I'm trying to see what else I want to tell you. Okay, so I've kind of told you what our curriculum will look like. I think that might be enough for now. I'm going to update you again in 6 months or so. And our website right now is Flaws-R-Fab.org. I'll post the link down beneath the video. Again, my name is Angela Green, Green, and I really thank you for watching, and please keep an eye out for us. Again, we're going to be You're Enough soon, YOU apostrophe REENOUGH, and please consider supporting us. There's a link on our website, and all the best to you and your family. Take care. Thanks. Bye-bye.